How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to Syracuse Aviation, and welcome back to another airport update of Charleston International Airport. Today we have the 5th Charleston update for the month of July 2022. There's a couple changes. There's one in particular that I'm very excited to get into. It's actually one that I was referencing a lot in the previous updates, which I'm very excited that this has finally happened, and I'll definitely talk about that once we get into the aircraft. Coincidentally, that aircraft that I'm referencing right now is right here at Gate Alpha 1. So let's get started with today's update here at Gate Alpha 1 with this Breeze Airways Embraer E195. This aircraft will be doing a flight out to Pittsburgh. Now, the last update, I was talking a lot about how I wish, since Breeze has such a massive presence here in Charleston, it would be really cool if they got 2 gates so that I could start including multiple Breeze aircraft at the terminal in each airport update. That has finally happened. So they previously were using solely Gate A2, and they've added Gate A1 to that list of gates. So they're definitely still, their main gate is Gate A2, which is perfectly fine. It's a great gate, honestly. And yeah, so Gate Alpha 1 is a great addition to that. They're not operating as many flights out of Gate Alpha 1, but definitely when they're starting to get full at the airport, they will use Gate Alpha 1 and Gate Alpha 2. So you'll see another Breeze aircraft at Gate Alpha 2 here in a couple clips, which I'm very excited to get into as well. So yeah, looking very good here for Breeze Airways to start off this airport update. Once again, here at Gate Alpha 1, we have the Breeze Airways Embraer E195. This aircraft will be doing a flight out to Pittsburgh. Before I get into this next aircraft here at Gate Alpha 3, I have a couple of guests that would like to say hello tonight. So we have, it looks like Red River Aviation and JJ Skippy, so both of you, if you would like to say hello, feel free.
Hello. Hello.
Alright, and there are our 2 participants for today's video. So very nice to see them here make an appearance, so thank you guys very much for that. I appreciate it. So here at Gate Alpha 3, we have this Delta Airlines Boeing 757-200. This aircraft will be making a flight to Atlanta Hartsfield-Jackson International Airport. Atlanta's been going very strong, just like all the other Charleston updates. It's been on the 752. Actually, before that, I think it was on the 739 for quite a bit, but the last couple months it's been on the 752, which has been great to see. There's a lot of demand for Atlanta. It's a very good city out of Charleston, so that's obviously why they're using the 752. So very cool to get the 752 in here at a airport the size of Charleston. So once again, at Gate Alpha 3, the Delta 752. This is a Generation 2 without winglets, by the way, as you could probably tell. This aircraft will head out to Atlanta today. Getting into the next aircraft now, here at Gate Alpha 5, we have this Delta Connection CRJ900. This aircraft is on the turnaround flight to New York JFK. Now, as I was looking at the schedule earlier today, while I was setting this airport up, I did notice we had a Delta CRJ900 flight come in from Raleigh-Durham. I was taken by surprise when I saw this. I kind of thought maybe this was a route that I'd never heard of before, because Delta honestly has a pretty decent presence at Raleigh-Durham, and I figured that would actually be a really cool service, and it would make sense for an airline like Delta to operate that on the CRJ900. Unfortunately, I think it was just a one-off, kind of like a charter or something. I think it did park here at Gate Alpha 5 as well, which is very interesting. So, unfortunately, I do not believe that this is a real service, so I would have included this. Actually, we could say that this aircraft came in from Raleigh-Durham. If we want to say that, fine. Maybe it'll head out to JFK. But yeah, I saw that on the schedule. I figured it'd be really interesting to maybe make note of in the update, so that's kind of what I did here. So Raleigh-Durham, JFK, whichever your preference is, you can kind of insert keyword there. So yeah, looking very nice here for Delta Connection operations at Charleston. I believe New York LaGuardia is also on the CRJ900 as well. So looking very nice here for Delta Connection. So getting into our next Breeze aircraft, that was really kind of interesting how we went from Breeze to Delta back to Breeze. Typically airports will have it set up airlines kind of together, which they technically are at Charleston. They have Alpha 1 and Alpha 2, but they're kind of on opposite sides of the terminal, if you will. So it was very interesting to go from Breeze to Delta to Breeze. Not something I typically do, but that's kind of how it worked out in this update, and it's very interesting, so I'm not going to complain. Anyways, here at Gate Alpha 2, we have a Breeze Airways Airbus A320-300. This aircraft arrived in from San Francisco, and will be heading out to Syracuse. Now, I'm not sure if they do turns like this. I don't know if the San Francisco flight from Charleston is a turnaround, but even if it's not, I figured it'd be cool just to have two different routes operated on this aircraft. So nevertheless, once again heading out to Syracuse after an arrival from Charleston. Both are on the A220 pretty consistently, so looking very good here for Breeze Airways operations out of Charleston. Hopefully they continue to expand. They'll probably keep using gate Alpha 2. That's really all they need, I think, is 2 gates. I wouldn't complain if they have 3 gates. We'll have to see in the long-term future if that happens. I hope it does, but nevertheless, for the time being, as far along as Breeze has gotten for how old they are, I think 2 gates at any airport is really pretty impressive. So looking very nice here. Finally, for our 2 Breeze aircraft here at Charleston. Okay, getting back into our Delta aircraft for today's update. So, going from Breeze to Delta, not something I really thought I'd be doing ever, but here we are nevertheless. So, reason why this is happening, obviously we have some aircraft taxiing out for today's Charleston update. Typically I don't do this. That's something I really wish I was better at for you guys, keeping it a little bit more interesting, including some aircraft either landing, taking off, taxiing in, taxiing out, whatever. So I apologize for not doing that more often than I have been. It's kind of either I remember to do it or I don't. So today's update, thankfully I remembered. Going to try to have that happen and more updates for you guys because I know it's a little bit more interesting. So here we have a Delta 717-200 taxiing out for a flight to Detroit. I believe this took place out of gate Alpha 1, so that's why I have it taxiing. I would have it at the terminal, but obviously gate Alpha 1 has been taken by Breeze at the moment. So I guess maybe the Breeze came in right after the Delta 717 left, which is kind of the situation we have going on here. So, yeah, once again, we have the Delta 717-200, or the MD-95, looking really nice here, heading out to Detroit. Okay, here I am having flashbacks to yesterday's Sarasota update. Hopefully you guys saw that. If you didn't, please go check it out. I'd greatly appreciate it. It's actually doing a lot better than what my airport updates typically do. It's only like a day old at this point and almost has 200 views, which is pretty crazy. So thank you guys so much for that if you checked it out. If not, definitely feel free to. I'd appreciate it. Anyways, kind of what I'm saying here with Frontier is the operations out of Charleston are kind of dwindling, kind of like they are at Sarasota. Maybe not dwindling, they just haven't really picked up at all. So I'm hoping that we'll see more expansions out of Charleston, kind of like what I was referencing with Sarasota the other day. So this aircraft will be heading out to Philadelphia. Now what I saw on Flight Radar 24 was that this was operated on an Airbus A321. I don't know if that's a consistent aircraft operation or not. I would assume they probably get the A320 a handful of times from Philadelphia. That's very interesting as well. I would think if Frontier is going to have one destination out of an airport, or just a few, I wouldn't think that Philadelphia would be one of those few airports. But it's very interesting nonetheless. Hopefully their Philadelphia operations continue to grow, and we'll see some of that elsewhere. So once again, we have a Frontier A320 with Sharklets and the Griswold the Bear livery taxiing out for a flight to Philadelphia. Next up in line for departure, ahead of the Frontier A320, here we have an Allegiant Air Airbus A320 with Sharklets and a new livery, of course. Allegiant's operations appear to be the exact same as they were since the last Charleston update. I don't believe there's been any additions or frequency changes. Everything seems to be pretty consistent, which is great to see. Definitely would like to see some expansion, though, in the future for Allegiant. I think Charleston, just like Breeze, is a really good airport for more of a focus city or a hub, honestly. So yeah, looking very good here for Allegiant. Actually, I don't even know if I mentioned where this aircraft's going out to. So this aircraft will be going out to Louisville today. And the fourth and final aircraft we have today taxiing out for departure, we have an American Eagle E-175, and this aircraft will be heading out to Chicago O'Hare. Okay, getting started with the Bravo concourse now for today's Charleston update. Here at Gate Bravo 1 starting off, we have a United Airlines Boeing 737-900 in the Eva Blue colors. This aircraft will be heading out to Newark Liberty International Airport. It does appear that United has found some kind of a service to have consistent. Usually, you guys may be aware of this, United's main line is changing on the weekly with their aircraft types. This has been consistent, 739 since the last update. They may have actually, knowing United, they may have just had this on the 739 around the time I did the last update, maybe changed it to an Airbus, and now it's back on the 739. I honestly don't know. Just watching the last Charleston update, it was on the 739, so if it's been consistent this whole month, congratulations to United Airlines. So they actually found a service to be consistent. So once again, here at Gate Bravo 1, with a consistent service out to Newark, we have United 739 in the Eva Blue colors, looking very good for United Airlines. Next up at Gate Alpha 7, we have an American Airlines Boeing 737-800 with the winglet logo. This aircraft will be heading out to Charlotte Douglas International Airport today. Charlotte's been operated on mainly the 738, as well as the A321, the A320. CRJ900s have even come in here a little bit for Charlotte. I'm not sure on the A319. I would think that they probably have been, but I haven't been seeing any on the schedule, so looks like it's mainly A321s, A320s, 737-800s. Oh, there's an A319 right here on the schedule, so it looks like they're getting a whole spread of aircraft. So A321s, A320s, A319s, 738s, and CRJ900s. I believe that's 5 aircraft I listed off for Charlotte. So not very consistent unless they're always on the exact same time of the day. I don't really have enough studying of the schedules to be able to see if that's the case, but yeah, nevertheless, it's very nice to have variety at any airport as always. So looking very nice here for Charlotte. Hopefully this trend of mainline and regional jets continues. Always very nice to have variety, as I was saying. So Charlotte Douglas International Airport service on American Airlines here from Charleston, looking very good. The final American Airlines aircraft in today's Charleston update is sitting here at Gate Bravo 9. We have the American Eagle CRJ700, and this aircraft will be heading out to Washington, D.C.A. Next up here at Gate Bravo 10, we have an Alaska Airlines Boeing 737-900. This aircraft will be heading out to Seattle today. This is honestly one of my favorite parts of Charleston International Airport because as a whole, looking at the kind of the whole scope of the airport, you wouldn't really expect an airline like Alaska to be serving Charleston, but it does definitely make sense with Charleston being a huge leisure kind of market airport. There's definitely demand for a service like this, so it's really nice to see that Alaska has made their way into Charleston. I don't know the exact date or anything, but it's very cool that an airport like Charleston is getting the Alaska 737-900. It's very nice to be able to use this aircraft in an airport aside from Detroit, so very nice to see Alaska here at Charleston once again. Very excited for what's to come in the future for Charleston. Our one and only JetBlue aircraft for today's update, sitting here at Gate Bravo 6. That's kind of interesting, actually. Bravo 6, you guys may know, is JetBlue's airline code. I don't know if it's the IATA or whatever it's called, but it is their airline code, is Bravo 6. And now they're here at Gate Bravo 6 at Charleston. I know it's actually this way at Albany Airport as well, up in New York, so very interesting there. Kind of an unrelated topic, but I figured I'd take note of it just because I think it's kind of interesting. So here at Gate Bravo 6, once again, we have a JetBlue Airways Airbus A320 here in front of us with sharklets in the spotlight tail. This aircraft will be heading out to New York JFK. I was looking on the schedule earlier today and I saw the I Heart New York livery make its way in here to Charleston, which is very cool. Unfortunately, I don't have that model, but the spotlight tail will do perfectly fine for today's Charleston update, so looking very nice here for JetBlue Airways. Getting into our little corner of Southwest aircraft for today's update, these are our final 2 aircraft, unfortunately. We have made it to the end of the update just like that, but we still have 2 aircraft to get into. So here at Gate Bravo 4, we have a Southwest Airlines Boeing 737-800. This aircraft will be heading out to Austin. As I'm looking at Flight Radar 24, it looks like this particular flight currently, at the time of filming, has diverted to Atlanta. I don't know why that is, but I figured that was pretty interesting. So I guess maybe this aircraft diverted to Atlanta and maybe came back to Charleston for today's airport update. So yeah, looking very good there for Austin, Texas on Southwest Airlines. Finally, for today's Charleston update, here at Gate Bravo 2, we have a Southwest Airlines Boeing 737-700 in the Heart livery with split scimitar winglets. This aircraft will be heading out to Baltimore BWI. Baltimore obviously being a huge Southwest hub. There's a lot of services from Charleston to Baltimore, just like any other airport that has Southwest for the most part. It's been a lot of 737-700s and 800s. That's pretty much all Southwest has, aside from the MAX 8s. Which haven't really been to Charleston very much. I'm seeing one from Chicago Midway, and that's about it at the time that I'm looking at the schedule. So, yeah, looking good here for Baltimore. So that will do it for today's Charleston update. So I really hope you guys enjoyed today's Charleston update. Once again, this is July 2022, the 5th total Charleston update. So Charleston's been going pretty well for the channel. I really enjoy doing Charleston airport updates. Honestly, Charleston, I trip up on a lot of clips. So what I've been doing with airport updates recently is I take a picture of each model, then I do a voiceover after a little bit of editing and this and that with the photo. So I hope you guys kind of enjoy this new style. It's definitely kind of a pain in the butt to film because obviously the voiceovers, I try to include as much information as I can, but I get tripped up a lot. Like, I think the worst one today was the United 737-900, kind of when we were getting into the Bravo concourse. I believe I counted about 24 times that I had to... I know it's embarrassing. 24 times I had to redo that clip just because I kept stumbling upon my own words, which was, I don't know, I think I was just getting stressed out because it's getting really close to the end of the month. So yeah, I'm kind of stumbling there a little bit. I'm trying to get these airport updates out because I don't want to miss kind of the end of the month deadline that I set for myself to have airport updates out by then. So I'm guessing maybe it was just a mix of stress as well as kind of rushing a little bit. So yeah, that's not very good, but we got through it and I think it turned out okay. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's Charleston update. If you did, please consider liking the video and subscribing to the channel. If you have any suggestions or any questions or comments, go ahead and leave me a comment below. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.